comfortable, we are recording this for San Mateo Library site, but it's only me in the recording. None of you are in it, even if you show yourself on video. But as Stephania mentioned, this will be for the next 2 weeks on YouTube, on the San Mateo YouTube site. And I don't check the chat box during, but all the wonderful events mentioned are in there. If you have any questions, if you put in the chat box, I'll leave a few minutes at the end to check in and answer. But if no one has questions or anything now, we will all be on mute. And let's start with a comfortable seat for meditation. So for some of you that's sitting in a chair, this class is chair yoga, but you can sit on the floor. For this part, if you want to be cross-legged, if you need a back support, some of you might need a pillow for your back, feel free to grab that. And we're just going to settle in. If you want your hands in what's called wisdom mudra, you can touch your thumb to the first finger, and then you just rest the back of the hands on the legs. If you prefer to interlock your fingers, you can do that and rest the hands in the lap. If you don't want anything with the hands, you can just have your hands face down. That's up to you. But most important, you're sitting tall, starting to shift focus to your breath. So just settle in. Feel your feet grounded. And just be with your breath. For our beginning meditation today, we're just doing breath awareness. Just becoming aware of the breath. So your posture is important so that you're not distracted. So for chair yoga, you're sitting tall, the feet grounded. But again, you can sit cross-legged always in a cushion. But once your body is comfortable and sitting tall and alert, you're just aware of breath. So with the eyes closed, you're noticing the inhale and exhale. And let's allow our mouth to close so you're breathing in and out through the nose. Once you close the mouth, unless your nose is stuffed, of course, you can breathe through the mouth, but otherwise just allow that breath to notice and allow the breath to flow in and out through the nostrils. So bring attention right where the air goes in, the nostrils, under the nose, and feel the temperature of the air. Notice if your exhale or inhale is longer than the other. That's not a right or wrong way to breathe. We're just paying attention, becoming aware and mindful. Anything else you notice? You may notice where in the body you feel the breath. You can take a moment if you like, place your hands on the lower stomach and continue the slow breathing through the nose and just feel the movement of your stomach or ribs as you breathe in and out. Once you feel that physical movement of the torso, little expansion perhaps on the inhale, stomach or ribs expanding, releasing on exhale, then you can bring your hands back to that meditation posture for the hands, whether your thumbs touch the first finger or the fingers were interlocked. Release your hands back to the legs. Continue to notice the breath, but now we're going to purposely make the inhale a little bit deeper and the exhale a little bit longer. A slow breath in, long breath out. And don't Worry if thoughts are still arising. The mind has a lot going on often, and it's natural for the mind to continue thinking. But for meditation, we're concentrating on breath and just doing our best to retrain our breath focus. So when the mind goes off with a thought and you forget about the breath focus, you just, oh yeah, there's the mind again drifting away. You bring it back to the breath. Another inhale, another exhale, return to breath awareness when you lose focus. So let's try that just a little bit longer. Slow breath in through the nose, long breath out. And then continue focusing on breath. This time, keep the eyes closed, still focusing on breath, keep in the posture you are, but start to count 4 second in, 4 second out. Make the inhale and exhale now of equal length. And then release the breath focus now. Just shake your fingers, shake your toes. We're going to get our body moving. So I'm going to show today the joint warm up standing, but you're welcome to stay seated and then come up after for standing, so you can choose. I just do that sometimes because some are enjoying chair yoga at the office, which I call office yoga, with a little more focus, where you can use your desk. So if you're sitting all day at your desk, you may want to get up and move for joint warm ups, not stay seated. Others, you may be at home or have an injury or been walking around a lot and you want to sit. So it's up to you. But we're going to start with some simple ankle movements. So if you're seated, you're just going to lift one leg up, point and flex one foot. If you're standing, you're going to bring your heel out on the ground, or you can lift it in the air and just point and flex. At least 5 times for each foot. So do that on your own, each foot. Point, flex, point, flex. And after the point and flex, same thing if you're seated or standing. You can hold the chair if you need standing. You're going to lift the heels and lift the toes. You could do that behind the chair if you need more support. So you lift the heels up and lift the toes. Basically rocking back and forth on the feet. Try that 20 times. Get the calf muscles going and the ankles moving. And after about 20 times of that, then you're going to lift one foot again and now circle the toe. Start with one foot. If you're seated, you can do both right away. Standing, that would be super hard to lift both feet and circle the toes unless you learned the flying yoga advanced techniques. Otherwise, one foot at a time, circling. And then when you're done with that, just ground the feet hip width. If you need to hold the chair, do this one hand at a time, those of you standing. Or seated, both hands. We're just going to circle the wrists, circle the fingers, both directions. And then hand strengthening, squeeze and stretch, squeeze and stretch, squeeze, stretch. At least 10 times. And then after about 10 times, go as fast as you can. And then shake your hands. And then for the fingers and hands, touch your thumb to the first finger, thumb to the middle finger, ring finger, pinky, but we're going to go as fast as you can. So you're taking your thumb, touching each fingertip. And then you go as fast as you can, just getting your hand coordination and reflexes going. This is the easiest physical exercise we'll do today. Doesn't take too much strength or exertion, but just a little bit of focus. Try a few more, and then shake the hands out. Good work. Okay, good. Again, standing or seated now. We're going to bend the knees if you're standing. If you need to hold the chair, you take your feet wide, bend the knees, The toes may turn out a little bit. You're going to make little circles with the hips. If you don't need to hold the chair, your hands go on the hips. Okay, if you're doing this from seated at the chair, you take your legs wide, bring your hands above the knee, and then make circles with your spine seated. They both feel a little different. Seated is a little different feeling than the standing. You're welcome to try both. You can do a few in each direction, seated and standing. The standing version, you do want to bend your knees. It's very nice release for the lower back. Good. Keep going. Try a few more. Okay, and now for leg strength. So if you're standing, you can hold the chair, but bring your feet closer together now. So parallel, hip width with the toes forward. If you're seated for this, you're going to stretch the arms up and lower, and you'll get some arm movement, but the standing is going to add leg strength. You drop the hips like you're sitting in an imaginary chair and then straighten. Drop and straighten, just like that. Leg strength. Keep your toes forward. Don't let your toes turn out. Okay, and if you don't need the chair, or even if you do, you can do one arm, few rounds, and then switch if you need support. Otherwise, the arms go up as the hips go down. We're going to do about 20. I know it's a lot. You don't have to go too far down. You can just go an inch or two, but we're getting those glutes and legs strong and get the knees nice and warmed up. It's the mighty pose in yoga, but we're not holding. We're going up and down. Maybe 20 is too much for you. You're welcome to do 5 or 6. If you're new to this, you can build up. On your 20th one, almost there. On the 20th one, we're going to hold. And then if you can, bring your feet together a little harder. Maybe the hips go lower. And now move the arms back towards the ears, the mighty pose, breathing. And then join the palms to prayer and come up to standing and shake it out. Good work. All right, now we're going to all have a seat, even if you are standing, for this next one. So scoot a little bit forward on your chair. This base pose is the mountain Tadasana. Okay, let's just close the eyes a moment and pause. And observe your body. Observe your breath. That probably just got your heart beating faster, get your blood flowing. Okay, now we'll just do a gentle one here. We're going to reach our hands towards the floor and drop one ear to the shoulder, a little neck stretch. So if you drop your right ear to the right shoulder gently, you can deepen it by lightly touching your head with your right hand. And release. And then drop your left ear to the left shoulder. You don't need to do this next part, but you can take your hand and lightly touch the head, but that right hand's reaching to the floor if your head drops gently left. And you're not pulling, you're just touching. You can move your hand to a few different places as you breathe. And then release. And then once your head is centered, let's make some big shoulder rolls, big circles. Then add in arm circles. You could do this standing actually if you want, but I'll show it seated. As big as circles as comfortable. And then you reverse directions. Big circles. Okay, and then take your arms up after your circles. Take your time. You can always do a few extra if you want, but we're going to bring your hands up in line with your shoulders and then bend one arm and the other straightens. I call this windshield wiper arms, like windshield wipers. And then add a little twist. Gently twist, face your back fingers. Inhale now, add the breath. Inhale as you go center, exhale as you twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. 2 or 3 more. And then find center and keep the arms up, but bring your hands up over the elbows. Like cactus, they call it. Cactus shape arms or scarecrow arms. And then take the elbows back, sit taller. And now we're going to gently inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, twist to the right. Upper back twist. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. And relieving tension in the upper back, keeping the spine flexible. And now, right from here, inhale the arms up. I know you may want to drop them, but keep them up. Exhale the elbows down. Inhale up, exhale down. Cross crawl. So now we're going to add in some leg movements if you're standing. If you're seated, you're going to inhale up. When you exhale down, you can lift one heel up. And then when the arms go up, the other foot down. So you're going to alternate. Inhale up, exhale, arms down. But the heel lifts as the arms go down. You could do it with the leg up, inhale, exhale. But seated, that may strain your psoas. So feel free to do the heel for that. If you want to do the standing, you can use a chair or wall for support and just do one arm. Inhale, exhale, and then you'll switch. Hold the other arm in the chair if you need support. If you don't need support, it's inhale, the arms up, feet down, exhale, one knee up, elbows down. Inhale, exhale, but you're going at your own pace. The cross crawl is really elbow to opposite knee. So you're welcome to do that. You're not twisting the back because you're not crunching in. It's not an ab per se only for abs. This is more for coordination and circulation. So you keep your spine tall. You're bringing one knee to the opposite elbow, but you're not crouching your back. So pick any of those versions. Inhale, exhale. If you lose coordination, go back to the slower inhale. Arms up, feet down. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale up, exhale, switch. Keep going now at your own pace. Few more. And then feet down, arms up, breathe in. Good work. Exhale, sweep the arms down, whether you're seated or standing. Take your hands back and see if you can interlock the fingers behind you. And then stretch the hands down, lift the heart going into cobra. And then release, shake it out. Good work. Okay. Before we sit again, for those of you who want to do a down dog standing, stretching out the legs in the back, you're going to come up behind your chair with the feet hip width. I'll show the seated in a moment. Then you're going to walk your legs back, bend the knees, enjoy a little opening to the back, stretching. If you want to go lower, you can bring your hands to the chair bar. If you're not using a chair, the body's like an upside down triangle. But for chair yoga, you don't need to put weight on the hands in this pose. You have the chair is options. Okay, we'll all do the seated after. So when you're done with that, have a seat. So the seated version, you take your arms up, the palms forward. If you're facing a wall, you have a wall nearby, you could crawl your hands up the wall to get that opening and length to the spine and side body, a little stretch to the waist and back. If you don't have a wall, you're leaning a little forward and reaching more up, bringing the chin slightly down, down dog. And then if you're standing, let's all have a seat. Bring your hands on the thigh, sit tall. We're going to do that one more time, and then this time adding on. So inhale, the arms up, palms forward. Try to take the arms back so they're close to the ears. Exhale, hinge at the hips, gazing down, chin to chest, down dog. And then now keep the body a little bit leaning forward, but place your hand on the thigh. Good. Hug your elbows in towards the waist. And now we're going to go up and down. Chair push-ups for arm strength, up and down. The fingers spread wide, so you're rooting into the palms, not the fingers. Okay, so you're not going all the way up to mountain pose and then down. You're starting at like 45 degrees and then you go like down a foot, up a foot, something like that. I can feel that. Do you feel that in your arms? It's a great way to strengthen the arms without having to use weights. Let's go for 10 more chair push-ups. 6, 4 more. Last one. Good work. Shake it out. If you need to rotate your hands in circles, you can do that. And then let's place your hands on the shoulders and make some circles with your elbows. Loosen up the shoulder joints. But this time we're going to keep the hands on the shoulders. And this time, instead of that scarecrow shape, we're going to keep the hands on the shoulders and take the elbows back. And then a little twist to the left on inhale, a gentle twist to the right on exhale on your own. Inhale left, exhale right, inhale left, exhale right. Keep going. And then hold here, find center, keep the hands on the elbows, and now a little side bend, left and right. Left and right, one more. This time, lean left, lower the left hand, either to your left thigh for more support, or just release it towards the floor. And then take your right arm up and over the ear with the right palm down, going right into crescent moon. We're just flowing into the next pose. And then switch, inhale up, exhale. You can bring your right hand on the thigh, and the left arm up and overhead by the ear, or release your right arm down, crescent moon. Let's do that one more time, crescent moon, second round. This time, bring your legs a little closer together. Maybe even squeeze the legs together and let the eyes roll up, looking towards the top arm. Good work, and then switch. And then release, and let's have a pause, separate the feet, close the eyes. Let's pause in the mountain pose. Observe the breath and the body. Okay, next, we're going to do some low back. I always bring my hand here to show it's around the sciatic joint, the hip joint, the lower back. This whole region will feel better from this next pose. It's a pose and then a movement. So the pose is, I call seated lunge. You take your hand under the knee and lift the knee up as high as you can. Some of our bodies feel better with the knee towards the armpit instead of center. That's up to you. And then sit tall, try not to lean back, and then we're going to turn it into knee circles is the movement for the hip joint. So you're making circles as big as you can. You could do this standing if you want, but it's going to take a lot of balance. You could also do it laying down on the ground. I'm not showing all the floor poses because this is more of a chair and office yoga, but just to give you ideas, you could do this seated now, but maybe later. You can do this like this on the ground. You hug the knee in and circle. For those of you who get sciatica and you know you have a lot of pain, try the ground version also, but the chair yoga version helps as well. Okay, switch sides. You sit tall. Bring the knee to the armpit or chest. Seated lunge. Take a breath in and out. And then at some point when you're ready to move, start moving the knee, second side, big circles. Both directions. When you're done, just release, close the eyes, pause, and observe the hips and the back. Now take your legs wide. For those of you that did this standing before, let's all do this seated. If you did it before seated, this one, you get the second round in, but this time maybe the legs can go a little wider. Bring your hands above the knee. Legs are wide. Lean a little forward. And then we're going to start to circle the hips, spinal circles. And then other direction. So now as you're noticing the nights are getting longer, it's getting darker earlier. So you may be like less motivated. It might be starting to get darkish, 5, 6 o'clock, pitch dark, maybe by 6:30 or 7. So you may not first want to go take a yoga class or go to the gym and work out, and your body might be feeling like, oh, I don't want to at all. But do some chair yoga, do some yoga at home, even 10 minutes. You can pull up a YouTube video or um, enjoy this class, but even 10 minutes or 15 minutes in the evening is very good for the body, especially when you're starting to want to not work out because the time change. So don't lose your momentum to keep up with your yoga and workout. Okay, now sit in mountain pose. Let's observe our back from those spinal circles. And then we're going to go into leg stretch. So lift your right leg up with your hand under the knee. And then we're going to stretch the leg out. That's option 1 if your leg's comfortable in the air. Option 2, if that's too much, place your heel on the ground and extend the leg. Flex the foot, and then you can lean forward. That will give you the hamstring stretch, but if you're comfortable lifting that leg in the air, you can do that. Third option is using a belt or towel or scarf or anything you have, and you can hook it under the foot and get a little more resistance like that. So pick any version. You could also use a towel or belt on the floor if your leg's on the floor. This just creates some flexion in the foot, a little resistance. So pick whichever version. You're going to hold as long as comfortable, maybe 5 slow breaths, 10 slow breaths before you switch sides. You have option 1, leg in the air with your hand. Option 2, with the heel on the ground. Option 3, with the belt or towel. You could try all of them, see what feels best. The most gentle would be the leg on the floor. Then you just hinge an inch or 2 from the hips. When you finish with both options, just take a pause, return to the mountain pose, and close your eyes and just relax your legs and see how that feels. And just do a brief pause, focusing on the breath. Just go into a brief meditation, just watching the breath for the next series of poses. Okay, and now open the eyes. The last more active series, and then we'll do more restful stuff. You can choose seated or standing. We're going to work to strengthen our legs, open the body, create some energy with the warrior series. Virabhadrasana is the Sanskrit, means warrior 1. We're going to do warrior 1, 2, 3, and some variations. So if you're standing and choose that comfortably, you're going to take your feet hip width, stand behind the chair, and then step your left leg back pretty wide, about a leg length back. Your left toes point a little bit to the front left corner of your room. Your hips face the chair. Your right toes point to the chair, and then you bend the right leg, warrior 1. Keep the hands on the chair if you need support. Otherwise, you can interlock the fingers, stretch the arms up, or separate the hands. I'll show the seated after. Just take a moment. Hold about 3 to 5 breaths each side. If you're doing the standing, you switch sides when you're ready. You have options and always can hold the chair. Others can take the arms up. I give so many options for online, especially I can't see your feet and your alignment. So make sure you're comfortable and you choose what works best. Okay, after you finish at least 3 to 5 breaths around one, you're going to do that another round standing, or for those of you that want to do seated, you stretch one leg out, flex your foot, and then same thing, palms to prayer, take the arms up, or you can make a kind of Y shape, or fingers can interlock. Warrior one, and the eyes roll up. And then you'll do the same thing, second side, and breathing. When you're done with either version, or if you choose both, just close your eyes, bring your feet together in the mountain pose, and pause. Okay, now step your right leg back. So warrior two, the seated, your legs are going to go wide. Your right leg goes to the right, your left leg to the left. The arms are going to be like a T shape, and you're going to look to the left. Okay, standing, you're going to take your right leg back. Your left leg bends, but now you're going to open to the right. So you're standing behind your chair. Your right leg goes back, left leg bends, and then open the hips to the right now. You're not facing the chair. Take the right arm out. And then look to the left. If you don't need the chair, take both arms up, warrior two. The arms like a T shape. Okay, hold and breathe. Virabhadrasana 2. Switch sides when you're ready, either seated or standing. The standing version when you switch. If your right leg's bent and your left leg is back, you open the left arm and hips to the left, look to the right. Second side. Even if you're seated, you can still get that really strong arms. Extend the arms, extend, extend. When you're done, you're standing, feet hip width, mountain pose, seated. Sit tall, relax your arms, relax your legs, take a pause. Let's all close our eyes. Just feel the body getting stronger, more grounded. Okay, warrior three is next, and this is the balance posture. So I'll show the seated after. The standing, one version, you walk your legs back, you come into that down dog that we started with, or we did down dog. It's kind of like, if your hands are on the chair top, you can bend the knees. It's kind of like a table posture shape. But now we're going to step the feet a little closer together and lift one leg up. Keep the hips facing down. So it's warrior three. So you're going to be on one leg with the back toes pointing down. That'll give your standing leg a lot of strength and balance practice. You'll hold both sides as long as comfortable. But I'm going to show a little more supported options standing. A little easier is the wall for those of you that don't want to go so bending so far down. So you can just take your hands on the wall and lift your foot an inch. It's not easier because for you that might be harder, but you have that option. Pick whichever angle you need. Okay, some of you may want to try bringing your hands on the chair base. Stand in front of the chair and with your hands under the shoulders. Walk the feet a little closer together and then take the leg up with the back toes pointing down. Try to have your leg as high as the back if you're in this version, if comfortable, but you may need your toe on the ground or halfway. That's fine. All right, any movement and range of motion is better than not doing it or trying. So do what works for your body. You go as far as you can in the joint movement without strain. But for this pose, you actually don't need to lift the leg higher than the back, even if you can. Okay, and shake it out. The seated version now. Second round, those of you who just did those version, you could repeat either of that. The seated, you're going to lift one leg up, half your thighs on the chair, and then take your arms out like a T shape with palms to prayer. Or sorry, not really a T shape here. That's the T shape. We'll do it like hands in line with your kind of shoulders and then palms to prayer, and then you switch. That'll strengthen your thigh. Okay, so you got so many options. The posture without chairs at all is same shape, but no chair, nothing to hold, but balancing on one leg. If you want to do that. So it's like palms to prayer. You bow forward, the back toes face down and the hips face down. And you balance like a T. All right, I hope that was fun. Shake it out when you're done. Good work. That was warrior 1, 2, and 3. And let's have a seat if you need to sit. Otherwise, stay standing. So we're going to do another one leg balance. Okay, we're going to, this one, come into the tree, which you may do every time in my classes. I know I teach this a lot, but it's a good classical balance pose in yoga, old school yoga posture. So if you need the support of a chair, you can go to one side of the chair and bring your hand on the chair. If you're on the left side of the chair, place your right hand on the chair and then lift your left heel up and rotate the left knee out. Same thing if you're seated. Feet together, left heel up and rotate the knee out. And then if you're standing, place the foot on the shin or thigh. If you're seated and you can get your foot on the thigh, that's fine. It'll end up on the chair base. You get a nice hip opener. Then you can take one arm up. Or if you want to practice with no chair, join the palms to prayer and then take the arms up. Vrikshasana, the tree. Okay, first, lower the palms to prayer before you come out. Then lower the arms. Little challenge. Don't let that foot drop yet. See how long you can hold. And then slowly release the foot by choice. I put that in quotes because your body might have fallen out, and that's okay. Just trying it. You just do your best. And then we'll switch sides. You're on the right side of your chair. If you're standing, you hold the chair with your left hand and you lift the right heel and then open the knee to the right. Vrikshasana, second side. Take the foot to the shin or carry it above the knee. Maybe to the inner thigh. The right arm can go out, or if you're coming off the chair, you can try prayer pose, hands into a reach to the sky. Steady the focus. Steady your breath. Watch the breath. Eyes focus. The arms can also come apart. When you come out, try the prayer pose hands first and then the leg. Good work. And then shake it out. Good work. Let's have a seat. Because we have our fun back of the arm exercises for triceps. I'll show seated because this chair doesn't have arms, but for those of you with chair arms, they may get in your way. So you could do it standing with no chair. If you're standing, you bend your knees, feet hip width, or even a little wider. So you're adding on leg strength. Okay, if you're seated or standing, lean a little forward. Take your hands alongside your body, the palms face to the wall behind you. And then you lift your arms up as high as you can. And you roll the shoulders kind of up, back, and down. And then now you're going to pulse up and down from the highest lift. You reach your arms as high as you can. Make sure it doesn't hurt. And then you're going to pulse up and down. If you're seated, it's the same thing. Okay, you can choose, you're not leaning too far forward. You're not like all the way down. You're just a little bend of the knees, spine lengthens, a little hinge at the hips. So you line your head, make sure nothing hurts. Keep going. Okay, now hold the arms up as high as you can. The next, we're going to go in, out, up, down. So the arms go in towards each other, away from each other, up and down. In, out, up and down. In, out, up and down. In, out, up, down. Go at your own pace. The palms are facing skywards. You can even do a little fake smile here. I feel that back of the upper arms, your tricep muscles. We all know those muscles can get weaker. Quickest muscle to lose tone, I think, or one of them is these triceps. You want to keep the muscles strong. Keep these arms exercising. Keep exercising your arms. 2 more. I know you probably feel it. If it doesn't hurt, now hold the arms up. Take a break if you need. Otherwise, lift the arms a little higher and then back to the pulsing. Second set, last time, in, out, up, down. We didn't do as many, and we won't do as many second set, but a few of them. In, out, up, down. Your arms go in, away, up and down. In, away, up and down. Two more. Just a few. And then lift the arms, lift, lift, lift. Shake it out. Have a seat. You did it. Good work. Relax your arms. Roll those shoulders. All right, let's take your right arm across, hug it in with your left arm, give it a little stretch where you just toned. Take a nice breath in and out. And then switch. Take your arm back, take your left arm across. I just did that quick, but just slowly take it across, hug it in with your right arm. Breathe. Release. And now float your right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, take your right hand to the back of the head. Inhale the left arm up. Bring it over. See if you can touch your right elbow and then release your right hand. Give yourself a pat on the back while you're there for doing your yoga today. You can, if you're holding your right elbow with your left hand, it might feel good to do a little curve to the left. Add in a gentle side bend there. You get that nice opening because your arm's already up. And then release. Inhale the left arm up. Second side. Exhale, take the hand to the back of the head. Inhale the right arm up. If you can, hold the left elbow with your right hand and then release your left hand down. Give yourself a pat on the back. We're doing your workout and yoga. We're not done yet, but you did it. You got here. And then option to add that side bend. Gently curve to the right. Kind of gently touching that left elbow, curving to the right. And up. Release your arms. Give your shoulders some rolls. Rolls back. And then big rolls. Lift the shoulders up to the ears like a shrug and then back and down. Lift them up, back and down. One more. Relax. Good. And then now little neck rotations. Turn the head side to side. And join the palms to prayer pose. Also for the neck, we're going to move the hands, the prayer pose hands to the left shoulder and look to the right. Bring them centered, hands and head centered. Exhale, hands to the right, head to the left. So go back and forth on your own. Your hands go the opposite way the head turns. And add in your own breath rhythm. And then find center, release your hands, close the eyes. And observe the neck. Your neck and shoulders relax. Okay, good. Let's bring our legs together. Spinal twist. We're going to wind down with two gentle poses now. So cross your right leg over the left. Take both hands to the outer right leg. Pull the legs towards each other to sit taller as you breathe in. As you exhale, gently twist to the right. And then we'll switch. Cross your left leg over right. Both hands can touch the outer left leg. You're going to breathe in and sit tall on inhale. As you exhale, gently twist to the left. And then release. And the hugging twist, I call it, is like you give yourself a hug, but then we do a little rocking, twisting motion side to side. And then switch, take the other arm on top. Good work. And then release your hands, close the eyes, a mindful pause and moment to relax and observe the upper spine and back from your twist. Okay, next we'll do one more pose before relaxing. Take your right ankle on the left thigh for seated pigeon, and then you bow forward. If that's not comfortable bowing forward, then just stay upright. Okay, this is the chair version, so you're leaning kind of forward and flexing that top foot for those that want to deepen it. I'm just going to show you for those that combine the floor and chair. I'll show you the floor version. So you don't have to do it now because this is a chair and office yoga class, so you may not have a setup that you want to lay down after your work. But just to keep in mind, there's two other nice ways. There's quite a few, but one is like this. You sit tall with the hands behind you, and then you can place the ankle on the thigh, and then you sit, instead of leaning back, you lift up towards the front thigh. That gives a nice IT band stretch. But you can do the same thing on your back more gently. You lay on your back with your knees bent, the ankle crosses over the thigh, and then you hug your leg in like that. If you do that, you can stretch the bottom leg also, hamstring stretch. Okay, I'm just giving options. Some of you might do some poses with the chair, others on the floor. When you're done with both versions, come on out and take another pause. If you just did that on the floor, you could stay there if you want to do the relaxation with your legs on the wall or chair. Okay, so last pose we're going to do is a nice guided relaxation. You can just enjoy seated by relaxing in your chair. Scoot against the chair back, rest the back of the hands on the thigh. Feel free to prop up with the pillow. If you want to come down on the floor, you can either sit against a wall or against the chair. We're going to elevate our legs as an option. So you can elevate your legs. My cat decided to come out. He's going to tell you all have a wonderful relaxation. You got good things ahead. All right. So if you're on the floor, you may want something for your head. But once you're there, you're going to close your eyes. I always suggest if your back hurts a lot, you may enjoy your legs up on the chair. The angle can be quite relaxing on the back. But if you want to do it more for your circulation, for your heart health and releasing exhaustion in your legs and even good for varicose veins, you can elevate your legs on the wall. If you have glasses now, take them off. Settle in and let the eyes close. And just let your body now just be wherever you are. Just let it fall into gravity. Start to let go. We're not stretching. We're not doing anything. We're just undoing, unwinding, relaxing. Feel your feet and legs relax and let go. Allow the hands and the arms to relax and let go. Allow the back to relax and let go. Allow the stomach to relax and let go. Relax the heart. Or imagine the heart relaxing. Relax the facial muscles, the eyes, and the scalp. If your legs are elevated and you want to come out now, bend your knees to the chest, give a little rock side to side. You can stay there longer if you want. Otherwise, stretch your right arm back and roll to the right side, curl into fetal pose. You can rest your head on your hand or arm. And then eventually, when you're ready to come upright, slowly push off your hand. Come into a cross-legged seat. If you want to stay on the ground, otherwise sit in your chair. If you're on the floor and have a pillow there, you can sit on the pillow. And then rest your hands in the legs, let the body settle. If you want to close your eyes a moment, see how you feel. Notice your posture. Notice your back. Notice your breath. Let's place your hands on the stomach. Take a few slow, deep breaths into the stomach. Push the belly out on inhale. Relax it on exhale. So like a balloon expanding, the stomach goes out on inhale, releasing it on exhale. And then after the next round, just release your hands. Let your eyes gaze at the floor. Just kind of let the light back in. Stretch your arms up now, looking up. Inhale, reach for the sky, kind of energizing wake up reach. Maybe the thumbs touch. And then exhale, sweep the arms down. This time, inhale the arms up, let the palms touch overhead, prayer pose hands. Exhale, bring the palms to prayer in front of the chest or heart area, bowing the head towards the hands. Honoring the truth within us, the soul within us, the truth and divinity within us. Namaste, which I say at the end of class, comes from India and Nepal. Namaste is like I honor your divinity. Namaste.